What if the reason you're exhausted has nothing to do with sleep at all? Sit with that for a second, because if you're tired all the time, even after 8 hours in bed, even after your third cup of coffee, even after doing everything you were told to do, the answer you've been searching for isn't in your bedtime routine. It's on your plate. There's a hidden cause of fatigue that operates silently on a cellular level, and almost nobody talks about it. The good news is there are specific foods that can actually reverse it. Stay with me until the end, because the third food on this list is something you probably eat every single day, thinking it's helping you when it might actually be draining you. Let's be honest for a second. You wake up already exhausted. You tell yourself it's because you didn't sleep enough, so you try sleeping earlier. But the next night, same thing happens. You still wake up feeling like you never rested at all. You blame your job, your stress, your age, your schedule. You've probably tried everything: more coffee, energy drinks, vitamins from the pharmacy, even forcing yourself to exercise, even though you have zero energy to begin with. And nothing really works long term. If this sounds familiar, you're not lazy, and you're not broken. There's something deeper happening, something most people never get told about because it's not as simple as eat better and sleep more. Here's what's actually going on. Fatigue like this is often connected to how well your blood vessels are functioning and how efficiently oxygen and nutrients actually reach your cells. Think about it like this. You can have the best fuel in the world, but if the delivery system is clogged or inflamed, that fuel never reaches where it needs to go. Your body can be full of energy on paper, calories, nutrients, everything, but if that energy isn't being delivered efficiently to your muscles, your brain, your organs, you're going to feel drained no matter how much you eat or sleep. This is the piece almost nobody talks about, and it's the real reason so many people feel stuck in this endless cycle of exhaustion. Now here's where it gets interesting, and where I want you to really pay attention, because what I'm about to share next connects directly to something in your kitchen right now, something you either eat too much of or not enough of, and it's quietly shaping how tired or how energized you feel every single day. Our brains are wired to associate fatigue with mental causes first, because that feels controllable. If we think I'm tired because I'm stressed, we feel like we understand the problem. But this psychological shortcut often stops us from looking deeper into biology, into inflammation, into the actual function of our blood vessels and cells. This is why so many people spend years managing symptoms instead of addressing the real cause. They change their mindset, their schedule, their sleep hygiene, and still wonder why nothing shifts. It's not because they're doing something wrong, it's because they're solving the wrong problem entirely. The first food connected to this hidden fatigue trigger is refined sugar. And I don't just mean candy. I mean the sugar hiding in your morning cereal, your flavored yogurt, your healthy granola bars. These foods spike your blood sugar fast, giving you a short burst of energy, followed by a crash that leaves you feeling more drained than before you ate. Over time, this constant spike and crash pattern affects how your blood vessels function, making that fatigue cycle worse and worse day after day, without you ever connecting the dots back to what's actually on your plate. The second factor is something most people don't expect: chronic low-grade inflammation from processed foods. This kind of inflammation doesn't hurt, it doesn't show up as pain you can point to, but it quietly interferes with how efficiently your blood vessels deliver oxygen throughout your body. It's invisible fatigue, the kind that builds up slowly over months and years, until one day you realize you can't even remember what it feels like to wake up actually rested. And now, the third one, the one I promised you at the beginning, the one that might genuinely surprise you: excessive caffeine on an empty stomach. I know, coffee is supposed to be the fix, right? But here's the twist. When caffeine is consumed without any food, especially first thing in the morning, it can spike stress hormones and disrupt the natural rhythm your body needs to regulate energy throughout the day. So that coffee you're relying on to fight fatigue might actually be feeding the very cycle you're trying to escape from. This is the part that makes people pause the video and re-watch it, because almost everyone listening right now has done exactly this, probably this morning. Does any of this sound familiar? If it does, I want you to know something important. This isn't your fault, and you're not the only one. Nobody ever sits us down and explains how blood vessel health connects to daily energy. We're taught to blame willpower, mindset, sleep schedules, but never the actual biological mechanisms happening inside us every single day. That ends today, right here in this video. So let's talk about what actually helps. The foods that support healthy blood vessel function and real sustained energy are simpler than you'd expect, and probably already familiar to you, just underused. Foods rich in natural compounds that support vascular health, think dark berries, leafy greens, and certain teas, can help your blood vessels function the way they're supposed to, meaning oxygen and nutrients actually reach your cells efficiently instead of getting stuck in traffic. This is the difference between energy that lasts all day and energy that crashes by 2 p.m. Foods like walnuts and fatty fish contain compounds that support this same vascular function, helping reduce that invisible inflammation we talked about earlier. And certain fruits, especially ones rich in natural antioxidants, can help regulate that blood sugar spike and crash pattern, giving you steady energy instead of the roller coaster most people are stuck riding every single day without realizing there's another way. Here's what's really powerful about understanding this. It's not about a strict diet or cutting out everything you love. It's about awareness. It's about knowing that the next time you reach for that sugary snack at 3 p.m. because you're crashing, there's a reason behind that crash, and there's also a way to prevent it from happening again tomorrow. That awareness is the first step, and it's more powerful than any supplement or quick fix you've tried before. I also want you to think about the people around you, someone in your life who's constantly saying they're tired, constantly relying on caffeine just to function, constantly blaming themselves for not having enough energy. They might not know what you now know. Sharing this information with them isn't just helpful, it could genuinely change how they feel every single day, the same way this information might be changing something for you right now as you're listening. Let's take a step back for a moment. We live in a world obsessed with quick fixes, more caffeine, more supplements, more willpower, but so few of us ever stop to ask what's actually happening at the biological level. Fatigue isn't a character flaw, it's not laziness. It's often your body telling you something isn't functioning the way it should, and once you understand that, everything changes, because now you're not fighting a mystery anymore. You're addressing a real, identifiable cause. This is the part where real change begins, not with another diet plan, not with forcing yourself to sleep 8 hours you don't actually have time for, but with small, consistent choices about what you put into your body, choices that support the systems actually responsible for your energy. It's not complicated once you understand the why behind it, and now you do. So here's my question for you, and I genuinely want to know, out of everything we covered today, sugar spikes, hidden inflammation, or caffeine on an empty stomach, which one do you think has been draining your energy the most without you even realizing it? Comment it below, because I promise you, you are not the only one who just had a light bulb moment watching this. Share this with someone who's constantly exhausted and doesn't know why, because this information might be exactly what they've been missing. And I'll see you in the next video where we'll keep uncovering the things nobody ever told us about our own bodies.